Week in review, June 2nd, 2025. Nope. Wide right. All right, let's get into this. This week, last week on Saturday, I did or Friday actually, I redid the Ruck Race League Challenge number 2, which was carry as much weight as you can with or for a mile, as much weight as you could in a mile. The first attempt I did about a week before, I did at 188 pounds, and I did it in 24:30. The second attempt, I went heavier. I used the Cafaro pack that I was able to stuff with more weight, and I did that one in 21 minutes and 58 seconds, and I did that with 211 pounds. So I was happy with that second attempt. I went heavier and faster. I like the setup. I think if I was going to try it again, I would go probably around 230, 240. I think that'd be what my next attempt if I were to try that again. I made a video, a YouTube video. I'll put the link in the bio. So both videos or both attempts I made a video for. So the second video, I had a lot of fun making that one. There's actually footage of Doug getting in a fight with 3 neighborhood dogs from the road, from across the street. So it's entertaining. If you're a fan of Doug, check out this video. Link in the bio. This weekend there was a number of events. There was a number of competitions to include Syndicate, Torian. Tia won her event, Torian, and so she has a spot to the games, and she has a period of time to decide. We gave her a date, basically, until when she has to make a decision if she wants to use the spot or not. And with that, we will be letting the lady know who, if she doesn't go, who's in the, I think the 2 ladies who finished after her already have spots, so it'd be the 4th place finisher. We're also letting her know, hey, Tia has until X date to make a decision, and because of that, we want you to continue training, stay prepared, and the date that we gave her is fair to everyone. It gives the other athlete plenty of time to make a decision if she wants to go or not, or plenty of time to make her travel, etc. So unsure if she's going to come to the games, but she won her ticket, so she has the opportunity to. I imagine she will, but only Tia knows what Tia's going to do. Brooke also qualified. So Brooke had qualified via the online portion, but then for some standards violation, she lost the spot, and now she re-earned it by winning Syndicate. So Brooke won her spot to the games this weekend also, so congratulations to both those athletes. Both events looked great, and all of the events going on this weekend looked great. So congrats to all the event organizers. Saturday, or Friday, was it Friday evening? Friday afternoon, I also did an interview with Dallin Pepper and Jason Hopper. Apparently they have their own podcast now. That was a lot of fun. They're 2 cool guys, and I've known Jason. I've known Hopper. I've known of Hopper. Or I'm sorry, Jason is Hopper. Dallin. I've known Dallin for a number of years. Met him in passing through competing. Jason, I feel like I've known a little longer. Well, it feels like Jason's been more someone I've known longer, because when he first competed at Syndicate and I saw him there, I made a big deal about him, and I said he was the future because he's such a big guy, and he was also able to move his body very well in the gymnastics stuff. So when I first saw him win Syndicate several years back, I really saw a lot of potential in him. One of the funniest moments with them both is when I was at the games in Madison in 20, I guess it'd be 3. I walk into an athlete brief, and Hopper says, hey man, what did he say? He said, I'm right here, why don't you call me Flopper to my face? And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I've never called you Flopper. And he goes, yeah, you have. Online, you call me Jason Flopper. And Dallin, who was sitting next to him, goes, hey, dude, that person online, their name is Cave Dastro. That's not Dave. And Jason was like, oh. And I was like, who is this fucking guy? Like, what's he talking about? I've never commented. I don't comment online, especially on YouTube. And I would never call an athlete flopper or hopper flopper. So that's one of my most I should have brought that up on the podcast, but I forgot about that. Also, a couple other things. I've had a couple people who work for CrossFit. I've put out to a couple people who work for CrossFit who are good athletes to test event 1, females, to get some scores. And one of the ladies, Leanne, she did it. And so event 1, everybody knows, is out there. It's run 4 miles, row 3K, and run 2 miles. And so she put out a time, she sent it to me, and she did it. She did the first 4-mile run in 25:21. So that's so 7 times 4 is 28. So that's in the 6s. 6 times 4 is 24. So it's not a 6-minute pace, but it's in the 6s. 4 miles in 25:21. That's moving. Then she did the 3K row in 12:43. And then she did the final 2 miles in 13:06. So that's probably about a 6:33 pace. So her total time was 51:49. So that's just good information for understanding of what, and she's obviously pretty fit and good at the endurance stuff, what the potential is for some of these athletes to do. So if she's doing that in 51, you think a male athlete's going to be faster on the row, so some of the faster times for the guys will be in the 40s. So pretty cool. It's neat that this one's out there. Fans will be able to do it at the event on the same exact course, and obviously anyone can do it anywhere. And I think we're going to put it in the app so you can actually submit your score for doing this event and compare with everybody. Also this week, we announced the Community Cup, which starts very soon. And so the workouts are the following. I'm going to read the intermediate versions because that's the category I'm in. There's 5 versions. There's rookie, novice, intermediate, advanced, and pro. So submitted by CrossFit Angola, they submitted this workout. One is complete as many reps as possible following the interval of 2 minutes of work, 1 minute rest, 2 minutes of work, 1 minute rest, 2 minutes of work, 1 minute rest, then 3 minutes of work. Rounds 1 and 2, 10 toe to bar, 10 overhead squats, max calorie row. Rounds 3 and 4, 10 calorie row, 10 overhead squats, max pull-ups. 75 pounds for the men, 55 for the women. That's a cool one. That'll be a lot of fun to do. CrossFit Train 9733 submitted this workout that we selected. As many rounds and reps as possible in 20 minutes of 15 box jump overs, 10 dumbbell snatches, and 5 hand release push-ups. For the scaled up divisions, that's going to be, 5 hand release push-ups, that's going to be handstand push-ups. And then the third and final event in the Community Cup is CrossFit OGC submitted it. It's in 20 minutes, established 1 rep max front squat, and just lost track of my notes, 1 rep max hang clean. So it's pretty cool events. You'll have the course of 7 days to do them. Sign up online. I'll put the sign up link in the bio. There's a couple options to get a t-shirt. I'm wearing my open t-shirt, but you can also get a Community Cup t-shirt and a nutrition course as part of the bundle. So really excited for the Community Cup. Give it a go. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and people seem to really like these workouts. They're obviously made to be easy for affiliates to run and facilitate in their gyms. Okay, let's dive into comments. At EdEddie4951. Hey Dave, thanks for the update. Still rewatching previous years, the Capital event epic. Watching the in-persons this year, some great comps and events across the board. Torian was great to watch, but feels like if all the semis had at least 4 out of the 6 same events, it sets a great standard for comparison and fair competition. Looking back, the 2020 structure was cool, all things considered, especially for media, everyone viewing online, etc. Spitballing, if there was a community and athlete vote for future season structure, not sure about dates, but if viable, I'd say open 100% online. Oh yeah, open 100%. Everyone does that. Online and in affiliates. Quarters top 25% online and affiliates. Online semi top 10% judge in affiliates or with certified judge. Community Cup and affiliates remaining 11 100%. In-person semis top 16 each region eligible. The big events. CrossFit Games top 30. male, female teams, etc. That's a big one. That's a lot of comments. At Rena, why do I struggle so much reading some of these names? Rena Tanova, nah. 1513. RENATANOVOTNA 1513. Half of these probably aren't even names. They're just titles for your YouTube handle. Dave, thanks for all you do for CrossFit in the community. I was wondering if you can share why you and your team decided to put online in-person qualifiers almost in the beginning of the qualifying process. It took away in-person attendance. Why not have it in the end of the qualifying window? You wouldn't even have to have any last chance qualifier with one spot. Hopes it makes sense. Excited to see you in Albany. So that's definitely one way we can do it. One way we can do it in the future. We're looking at that. This is the way we chose to do it this year for a variety of reasons. But what you're suggesting is not a bad idea either. Excited to see you in Albany too. And tickets still available for Albany, so I'll put the link in the bio if anybody's interested in coming to the games this year. At Extremist 1978. Hey Dave, excited about the Community Cup workouts and the levels look to be pretty fair. Any thoughts on having some sort of prize for the top winners? I'm sure this will be a 2026 thing. Nonetheless, it helps to have something more than bragging points to strive for. Appreciate all that you do. Yeah, this year there won't be any prize money. Next year, I mean, here's the thing. Once you get into prize money, the game changes. And what I mean by that is like, it becomes really appealing for people to cheat. And especially at some of these lower levels, or it becomes appealing for people to sandbag. So what if you're a pro athlete, but you're going to sandbag the open and do the intermediate level so you can crush everybody? The prize money will definitely change the nature of it and take away from the community nature of it. At Fast and Steady, would you ever consider letting Sevon and the crew do the games coverage? They did a really great job at Syndicate. Much respect as always. I heard they did a really great job at Syndicate too. I also heard some people were not fans of what they did. And I think that is the beauty and joy of Sevon, is that he is free and untethered to anyone. And so he lives his life free and untethered. And with that comes an authenticity that I think he uniquely is able to express and portray that a lot of other people in the space don't even want to try to be authentic or don't even want to go there or go to places that Sevon will. And because of that, he and his crew can be extremely polarizing. There's some people that love it. There's some people that hate it. There's some people that, through his engagements, feel very slighted by or feel insulted by him or feel attacked. And because of that, he's just a unique figure that us having someone like him broadcast the games at this stage would be very unlikely. We'd have to be in a very different, have to be a very different CrossFit, not the current CrossFit. It'd have to be a very different CrossFit for us to embrace and to allow Sevon to broadcast the games. And I've said this multiple times. I have no issue with his work, and people get so upset with me. And I have no issue with Hiller, and I have no issue with anyone who's critical, criticizes, attacks, says things. That doesn't mean it's my style. That doesn't mean that's the way I would do it. Doesn't mean that's the way I would talk to people or talk about people publicly or on a platform like this. And as you see, I don't do things like they do on a platform like this. I choose a different path. They have a unique way of addressing issues or highlighting things or calling people out that some people aren't comfortable with. But I don't have a problem with it. I think, and I don't even have a problem with it when I'm the target. It's part of the game. When you put yourself out in the world for the public to celebrate or to look at or to admire what you're doing, and I'm not talking about me, I'm just talking about everybody in the space, with that comes praise, and also with that can come criticism and can come critique. And in an honest and fair world of, call it these I don't want to call them news outlets, but these broadcasters, you will or you should see all opinions, and you should hear some stuff that you're not going to like being critical of something you did or something you say. If you're going to say something publicly, be prepared for a lot of people to like it and for some people not to like it at all. And what they've done is they've highlighted those things, and they'll say those things that they don't like, or the condescension in some of the perspectives that some of these people in the ecosystem have. And it's uncomfortable, and it makes people uncomfortable, and it's gathered a lot of followers, and they have a lot of people who really do respect them, and they are a very loud voice in the community. And like it or not, they're here, and they're here to stay. But again, covering the games for us, they're not going to do that. Not this year, because of all of those things I just stated. Like some people aren't ready for that. At Brady Borchard, curious why the smaller fields of athletes this year. 30 individual and 20 teams. The field just keeps getting smaller and smaller, and the team competition is evaporating at a quick rate. Teams primarily represent affiliates, and the games teams are cutting their field down by 50% in 2 years. Individual athletes are primary representing training camps these days versus affiliates. I'm curious why the teams are being cut yearly. So the team thing is interesting because every year the number of teams signing up via the Open or via some of the events is incredibly small. There's not a lot of teams that sign up, and we don't. And, ever since really we left the regional format was the optimal format for the affiliates and for the community, because it gave all of these gyms something to aspire to, and a regional event in terms of local area representation. There was a California regional. There, you could, if you were from California, you could strive to get to that regional. Same thing with different parts of the country. Then when that went away, it became more about there was the semifinals, and there was no regionality to it, so it became less appealing. And then there's been various different expressions where throughout all of that, the team side of thing has not been growing at a tremendous rate. The number of teams that sign up is very low. The number of teams that signed up for the qualifier this year to get to the games was incredibly low. I think it was like around 100 or something. 100 total teams signed up. So basically, 1/5 around, if it's 100, I might be off. It might be a little higher. If it was around 100, though, that means we took 20. That means 1/5 of the teams who even entered are going to the games. I think the number the number of teams that are going to the games currently is appropriate for where that team thing is right now. I think we need to recapture the magic of teams in the CrossFit Games season and in CrossFit Games in general, and I don't think we're going to be able to do that quickly. I don't think we're going to do regionals again anytime soon. So we have to solve for that, but right now it's appropriate for where that is in the development of the sport, in the development of this season relative to the teams. Okay, then Michael Pinky 6338. He said, "That is me. I took 322 pounds for a mile. It was a 42-minute glorious sufferfest." So this dude, Michael Pinky 6338, he won the ruck challenge or ruck race challenge event 2 with 320. He put 322 pounds in a ruck and walked for a mile, and it took him 42 minutes. That's a very impressive effort. So congratulations on that. At Jeff Howard, AFK, might as well start with the workout with the 5K row and end on a 1K row. Oh, so he's saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not a bad idea. Let's see. At Rafael Duran 7268. Hey, Raf. Good to hear from you. Dave, let's do a team interview, or grab Boz as special guest for a team interview. Speaking of teams, good comment. And Jason Grubb, any games workouts going to be programmed across all divisions? It's been done in the past, and it's really fun. also unifying across all CrossFit Games events. Example, Indie, age group, adaptive. Jason, good to hear from you. Maybe it should be event 1. Maybe it should be run 4, row 3, run 1, 2, run 2. At Wall Street Weightlifter, I'll do a 350-pound ruck if you make it a TDC challenge. I would love to see you do. I do not think you can do a 350-pound ruck for 1 mile, Wall Street Weightlifter. And if you want to come down, so that's Graciano. He lives about an hour and a half away. If he wants to come down and do it, come to the ranch and I'll do it. I won't do it with you, but I'll facilitate it and I'll film it and we'll do it together here at the ranch. All right, that's the week in review. Thanks for watching. Leave comments in the comment section and I'll see you next week.